Hello, Crowley ISD family. I am Mike McFarland, your superintendent, and I'm coming to you today just to kind of share a few words with you about our current delay. We are again delayed. We received word from the governor and commissioner that school will be delayed until April 3rd. Again, we don't know after that, but we will keep you updated as we find out information. I don't want to go really in detail with COVID-19. We have heard that, and you're probably hearing that every day on the news. So I just want to talk to you about some other things now. What we're trying to do as a district during this process, and what we're doing as a district during this process. Number one, our first priority is to ensure safety and security of our students, our teachers, our employees, and our community. And so we just encourage you to continue to practice social distancing as you have been, and to just be mindful of where you are, be mindful of your surroundings. Please be sure to just really be intentional about washing your hands and practicing good hygiene, and really just really practicing social distancing and following the directions of the authorities at this time. What also I want you to know is that when we look at this crisis, we can look at it in a multitude of ways. If you only look at the crisis and what's currently happening, yes, it is a health crisis. It creates quite a bit of anxiety. Those are all natural and normal parts of a crisis. But there's something even more important in a crisis, I believe. I believe what's more important is the perspective that you maintain as you go through that crisis. People see crisis sometimes as doom and gloom, but I choose to see opportunity and search for opportunities within this crisis. And parents and teachers and others, I encourage you to search for the opportunity within this crisis. A couple days ago, I think it was yesterday and the day before, I was driving around and visiting the different sites where we are distributing meals, and saw a lot of different things as I drove through the community. One thing I saw was a parent and two kids and looked like an older sibling out flying a kite. I don't know when the last time I've seen that. I saw several kids down the street riding a bike in their neighborhood, ride up and down the street. A few kids, it was only three actually. The dad was out there with them, kids riding a bike. I haven't seen that in a long time. And so what I challenge us to do is to look at this time, this delay from work, this delay from the hustle and bustle of life. Look at this as an opportunity to reconnect to those things that are most important. It's important, parents, that as much as possible, we continue to engage kids in educational opportunities. This is why we provided online resources for you. So if you go to our website, you'll see a lot of resources that are by grade level, by subject. If you're in a particular program, we have programs for you as well. And these resources, most of those resources are online. And we're happy to say that we are in the process of ensuring that every family in Crowley ISD, every household in Crowley ISD has a mobile device that you can access the internet. We know some students have mobile devices currently and some don't. So we'll be sending out a survey to you, and hopefully you'll give us feedback so we'll know where mobile devices are needed. There will be a process, parents, for you to go through and fill out a short form so that we can actually know who to distribute the devices to. But we will have mobile devices, laptops, Google Chrome, so that your students will be able to access the educational activities that we are promoting. In addition to that, we are making hard copies of information and material that you can pick up. When we do our servings, you can pick up those materials, take them home, work on them with your child. And all of our teachers are required to have office hours. And so there will be hours and times that you can reach out to your teachers via email. There's ways that we'll do that, and you'll get that information actually from your teacher, your child's teacher, or your principal. Again, we do want you to make sure your kids are engaged in academic pursuits while they're off, but it's also a time for you to connect with them. And just reading to your children, that's such a benefit. And so taking some time to read to your children, have your children read to you, read with them, and engage in other activities. Now, if you can see, I enjoy model cars, and so what I've been working on is several model cars. I have about 5 or 6. This will be out a while, and so I'll be putting together model cars. I'll be putting together puzzles, finding something to do to make sure that I am productive and that I'm staying focused. and really that I'm capitalizing on this time. I see this crisis as an opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to find different new ways of doing things, and we're doing that in Crowley ISD. We're working hard to make sure that all of our teachers are trained on online learning, because if the delay extends beyond April 3rd, of course, we will actually have a plan in place where online instruction will be administered to your students. And so we're really putting the infrastructure in place, building on the infrastructure, and making sure that you can have connections to the work that we're sending out, and the teachers have an opportunity to do that as well. So we want to make sure that we see this crisis not as doom and gloom, but as an opportunity to reconnect to what's important, an opportunity to reconnect with each other, and an opportunity to discover new ways of doing things. Again, I just challenge you to continue to do that. Parents, it may be helpful also if you would create a schedule, and maybe you ask your child what their class schedule is. And maybe if I had English first period, which was from 8 to 9, and I had math after that, then you have the kid write the schedule down. And between 8 and 9, have students working on English material. Between 9 and 10, if my class was science, have them working on science materials. If it's 11 and 12, and P, maybe have them go exercise outside, walk around, or do something. But it's important, parents, that as much as possible, that our kids are able to maintain a productive schedule, so that when we make the transition back to school, then that transition is as seamless as possible. Now, what we do know is that not being in school is really a challenge for a lot of us, a challenge for a lot of students. Some students need additional help. And so we know that when we return to school, our summers may look different. We will have to be really innovative at how we make up the time that we've lost. But one thing we are committed to is making sure that we make up that time that we lost in a way that's productive, and in a way that our kids are actually benefiting from that. And that's important to us all. As we talk about, again, the crisis, it's important that you really help to keep it in perspective for our children. And that's what I'm asking you this morning to do, is help us parents keep it in perspective. It is a health crisis. It is a crisis that will eventually subside. And then once it leaves, the question will be, what have we learned from this process? In Crowley ISD, we started this year off, and we talked about Crowley Pride. Our theme was Crowley Pride Unified. Well, for us, pride means taking personal responsibility in your daily effort. And so here's the perfect opportunity. Within this crisis, the perfect opportunity is for us to exhibit the responsibility that we have as parents and as educators, as students. If you're a student, your opportunity this is your opportunity to exhibit that you have personal responsibility, that you're willing to do the work that's required, even if a teacher is not standing over you. You're willing to do it because it is your responsibility. And then parents, again, what we ask is you ensure your kids are working through these learning opportunities, and that we are growing, and that we're connecting with our teachers when help is needed. And so we say Crowley Pride Unified. And so what unified really means is that during this time of crisis, we not only look out for our own individual self, but we look out for others as well. Again, a part of practicing social distancing is actually about protecting yourself, but it's also about protecting others. This is a time now for us to connect with our families, but also your neighbors. Make sure that people around you are okay. We'll be sending out a survey later today, and in this survey we'll ask a series of questions, some about whether you're connected online, others just about how you're doing, and do you need something. Our goal is to make sure that our Crowley family is taken care of, and if we can help, we definitely will do that. One way that we're helping is providing meals. We're providing 3 meals. We're providing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, what we'll be doing next week, we'll be making a modification in our schedule to where we really be serving 3 meals, but we'll actually be distributing those 3 meals twice a day. Again, we are starting on Monday. We'll be distributing the meals twice a day. We'll be distributing at our lunchtime, our normal lunchtime, and our dinner time. Again, we want to make sure you get the 3 meals, but we think it's a little bit more efficient for parents as well as for us to have 2 pickup points. Again, that's important because at these pickup points will be the same points that we'll use to distribute our technology devices as well as our written packets. Some people like the written packets. We will have those available at the lunch sites. You can pick those up as well. And this is available not just for Crowley ISD students, it's available for any student that's between the ages of school age and 18. again, we have a responsibility to take care of our children and our community, and that's what we're committed to do during this crisis. So please stop by the feeding locations. They're listed on our website. Pick up your meal, pick up your learning packet, and if needed, pick up your computer so that you can continue to work at home. In addition, we know that internet is a challenge for some, and so we are in the process of identifying who needs internet and where. And so once we find that out, we will be distributing hotspots based on a need basis to students who are in need of those devices. And we simply ask that please do not sign up for these devices if you don't need them. We do know that we have a lot of need in our community, and so if you can help us by being responsible, that would be great. We're going to do our part. We need you to do your part. And when we get through this, we'll look back and we'll be able to say, hey, during that experience, during COVID-19, Crowley pride was evident and we were clearly unified. This is Mike McFarland, your superintendent. Thank you, and I hope you have an enjoyable day. I hope you stay safe, practice social distancing, and I will talk to you soon.